of grade 7 work pack. This is pages 5 and 6. This is the second part of this, beginning at question 4. Asks us to expand and simplify. So we're going to use the FOIL method. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Root 3 times root 2 is the same as root 6. This is a negative, so I must make sure I put that in. Now I'm going to do root 2 times root 3, which is root 6. Signs are different, so it must be a negative. And then I'm going to do root 2 times root 2, which is 2. And again, I check the signs. The signs are the same. Negative times negative is positive. Deal with the integers. 3 add 2 is 5. And then I've got negative root 6. Take away root 6, which is negative 2 root 6. Okay, question number 5. We've got, write down the value of 49 to the power of a half. The denominator of fractional power is always the root, so it is the square root of 49, which is 7, or it can be the negative 7 as well. Now it asks us to write down square root of 45 in this form, where k is an integer. 45, well, I've got to think of a square number. So it's 9 times 5. So actually square root of 45 is the square root of 9 times the square root of 5. And we know that's 3. So the answer is 3 root 5. Well, let's look at question 6 now. Asks us to write it in that form. There's no fraction, so I know I'm going to rationalise the denominator. And when you rationalise the denominator, you multiply the numerator and the denominator by square root. So we've got root 2 times root 2, which is 2. Now we're going to multiply each part of the numerator by root 2. So root 18 times root 2 is root 36, because 18 times 2 is 36, and we know that is 6. Then we're going to do 10 times root 2, which is 10 root 2. All of these integers are even numbers, so we're going to simplify and divide by 2. We do not divide the surd by 2. And that is the same as the form it asks us, because it doesn't want us to have any fractions, and if it left it in this format, it would have had a fraction. A is first, so A must be 3, and B is second, so B must be 5. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. Again, we're expanding brackets using the FOIL method. 2 times 7, 2 times negative root 3, root 3 times 7, and root 3 times negative, signs are different, so it's negative root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is 3. Deal with the integers, so it's 14 take away 3, which is 11. Then deal with the surds. Negative 2 root 3, add 7 root 3 is 5 root 3. Okay, question number 8. We're asked to rationalise the denominator. Well, I need to multiply it by root 7 over root 7 and simplify my answer in its simplest form. Well, let's expand the brackets to start with. FOIL method. Add the integers, add the surds, and these two cancel each other out. So I'm left with 14 over 7. Now I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator by root 7. So I've got 14 root 7 divided divided by this form, so 14 divided by 7 is 2. So my answer is 2 root 7. Last question. Again, show that it simplifies to root 13. So I would almost ignore the answer to start with. Let's expand the brackets that are on the numerator. Deal with the integers, deal with the surds, and I can see that they cancel each other out. So this fraction becomes 13 divided by root 13. We're now going to rationalize the denominator, and it becomes 13 root 13 divided by 13. 13 divided by 13 is 1. So I've shown that it simplifies to root 13. This is the end of the surds section of grade 7 work pack. Thank you.